What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Shane Rowe. Now, we had our first game of the new 2023-2024 season against Leeds, and we won 2-0. It's the first preseason game, so you kind of take it how you don't want to see a sloppy game, which thankfully we didn't see neither of those things. They looked well drilled. Everybody knew the system, which is a big thing, because a lot of the players were the youngsters. The first half you had a mixture of a few of the starting 11. Sancho was on the pitch, Martinez, Wan-Bissaka, and they all look good coming back. But to be honest, the youngsters kind of stole the show. And that's what I want to really talk about today. Let's start from the obvious. Mason Mount, new signing. How did he look? Very, very tidy. Very, very tidy. I liked it. Had a couple of chances. He linked up very well with on the wing and Hannibal in front of him, which was another really good showing. Hannibal, I would love to see him get some more game time this season. And you think with all the rumors around Fred's probably gonna leave. Do we sell McTominay? But Van der Beek's gone, pretty sure. So there's a few spaces for a few players in midfield. But then you have Mano. And Mano looked the absolute player. He looked comfortable on that deep lane midfield role. But what I really want to talk about, to be honest with you, is the second half. The second half was a completely different game. Like, these youngsters completely stole the entire show. You had, let's start with the goalkeeper. There was the new goalkeeper, Kovar. That's his name, Kovar. Listen, I strongly believe that if we can grab a few of these youngsters and give them some game time this season, we're going to have a lot of games. We're back in the Champions League. We're going to be competing on all four fronts. So we're going to need not only backup, but we're going to need to be able to blood some of these youngsters. There's no point in spending money every single time. And people think if you say that, it means you're, Glazers in. Let's just relax, behave, steady. But if you have players like Emran that was on that right wing, okay, maybe there's no room for some of these players right now. He's going up against Anthony and Sancho probably. So, but send them out on loan. Give them some proper game time and keep them close. He looked the player. He looked comfortable on that right wing. Coming in, he had a goal and an assist. So for me, he was kind of like the player of the game. But then you also had Isak Hansen. The kid looked proper. He was making an absolute menace of himself. Like, he was almost kind of like a second striker, playing off the number 9, which a good performance from him as well too. He had a goal. Hugo? Yeah. No, listen, it was only the first game, so no one is going to be overly excited about the win. But you have to be excited about the way they played. And the way they played, they already understand what Ten Hag wants. You can see the youngsters, the movements without the ball. That's one of the key things. The pressing, the energy. They were ready for a few Calling Cup games, man. Well, not Calling Cup, but you know what I mean. But no, they were ready for a few games, man. So again, it's only the first game. Ahmad looks nice as well too. Hannibal looked very good. Overall, definitely at least a 7.5, 8 for this game. And I mean on a cohesive scale. From the back, they look good. And also the center back, Bennett. Listen, if we're going to give Harry Maguire minutes, you might as well give them to Bennett. Because he looked that he was ready for, a couple games as well too. So, no, from my opinion, a very good first game. We build from this, and we look like we can build from this. So let's see how the second game goes in another couple of days. I'll be back on to give my thoughts on that one as well too. But actually, I always do this very late, but the truth is, I want to talk to you guys before I ask you to tell me anything, So, but leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about the first game. How did the youngsters do? How did Mason Mount do? Again, I don't want to go into in depth on criticizing or praising, because it is only the first game, and half of the players weren't even there, the youngsters, the ones coming up behind these guys, they look ready. If they were good enough or young enough, then they were good enough. So, give them a shot, and leave your comments below. Let me know how you think they did, how you think you're going to do this season. I keep telling you guys, I feel good about United. We still need the club sold. Until we do that, there's always going to be that hanging over our heads. But from the team perspective, from the manager's perspective, we're still waiting for the new goalkeeper to be announced. So, but holistically, we look good, and we look like we're going in the right direction. So, yeah. So we'll see how the rest of the preseason goes. The guys are going off to the States in a few weeks, and then I try to do some more coverage on that as well. Yeah, but leave your comments below, like the video, subscribe. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for rocking with your boy. God bless you, and GGMU.